Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I said I will be coming up with another video addressing the current events that's going on here in Louisville, and here it is. We're gonna get straight into it, and it's gonna get a little beefy. It's gonna get a little beefy today. Now, first of all, my name is Maurice, and I'm just a regular person, but I am from Louisville, Kentucky, and I've lived here my whole life. I've traveled to other places, but this is my hometown, which just so happens to be the hometown of the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. Yes, yeah. So you know, anything that goes down in Louisville, me being a Louisvillian, I feel like I got something to say about it. Now let's get into this topic. The current issue with Grandmaster Jay, whatever his name is this current ongoing situation, and I really don't like how it's going down. But first of all, before I get into it, there was a good video that I was watching earlier on YouTube, and it's on MSNBC's page, and basically the title of it was calling out Trump era reform. Ice Cube is on there, and it's talking about anti-Semitism, racism, and basically Trump era reform, right? And Ice Cube, he talks about a whole lot of good stuff on it. And the reason why I think that video is important is because of what I'm about to speak on, addressing Grandmaster Jay. And that is that you're doing something, and let me give you some props. Okay, you're doing something, but as far as you doing something that nobody's done before, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. So I want to start off with a quote by Edmund Burke, and he says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." I'm not gonna call myself a good man, but I try to, walk with integrity. And as far as what's going on, I got something to say about this. Now, the video that I'm going to be talking about in this video is Mechee. She was a good rapper when I was growing up, and I guess she's maybe an old affiliate with the Grandmaster Jay, and it's I think she goes by Mechee X now. And the video is about Grandmaster Jay, Louisville, and what's next. And I recommend, if you want to know everything I'm talking about in this video, you can go check that video out. So there goes a shout out, and you can kind of see what she's talking about and what he's talking about. Now, the video is almost an hour long, and I went through it once just to listen to it and see what they were saying. And then the next time I listened to it, I went to like science it all the way up and chop it up a little bit and try to condense it into something that's a little bit more edible for a person that don't have a lot of time to go through all that. Don't got an hour a day to spend. So one of the first issues that Mechee, we're gonna call him Mechee X, and was about him popping up out of nowhere. And he says that he didn't pop up out of anywhere, right? And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be straight up. I haven't done my research, but as far as coming out on the world stage, you did pop up out of nowhere. Okay, as far as on the world stage, you might have been doing something in your past. Like, none of us popped up out of nowhere, but as far as putting on the world stage, you did. You came out of nowhere, right? So let's get that out of the way. The next issue, you say that you made a statement, and it might not have been literally what you meant by it, but you said that you and Mechee X are the only two sane people in the world. And as you go throughout the video, he's calling people MFers, which a person can use whatever language that they want to, but it's like you're speaking down to people, right? Like people stupid, okay? If that's the audience that he's talking to is stupid people, hey, more power to him. But I want to think that the people that I'm talking to is a little intelligent, right? So I'm gonna talk to everybody with respect, even if I'm upset, which I am with some of these things that were said. So going on. So when Mechee X was talking, she said that what was kind of like the straw that broke her back was Tamir Rice, the killing of Tamir Rice, and how that really affected her, and that was a tragic situation. What's even more tragic is how common it is, And me being a black man personally, I've dealt with it my whole life. In high school, being singled out, being harassed, driving around my whole life. With people is just now putting on the spotlight and bringing to the forefront. I've been living it, and most black men have been living it their whole life. So I have something to say about this. Okay. Now, when Grandmaster Jay said the straw that kind of broke his back that made him want to be more of a call to action was that who was it? I guess it was I don't know. It was somebody got killed. Let's just say Walter Scott, and it made him want to be called to action. Me personally, I've been in different movements my whole life, and without kind of getting too deep into that, being called into action and like protesting or doing something for a cause, there's more than one way to protest. Okay, I've addressed that in past videos, and I can go deeper into it, and if a person wants to get into it, but there's way more than one way to protest. And then another thing he got into was he made a statement that unless a person is doing work, they don't have anything to say about the black movement or black cause. What I want to know is, how do you define work? What do you what is work to you? Is it studying? Is it reading books? Is it protesting, or walking down the street marching with a gun? Is that your only way that you define doing work? It's a question, right? And then, another thing, you calling people out their name and just talking to people out there stupid. You say that people, basically since people like Martin Luther King has gotten killed and Malcolm X and others that was in the revolution, people have been sitting around for 60 years. People have been sitting around for 60 years. Who are these people? Who are you talking about? Because if I recall, there's been artists like yourself, athletes, movie stars, local activists, and national activists that's been out in the forefront. the NAACP, if you want to put them in it, that have not been sitting around. So who are these people that you're talking about? Haven't been sitting around. Haven't been sitting around. And another thing is that personally that in the United States, only certain people are given a platform to speak, right? This personally. So, I want to know who these people are that's just sitting around. All right. This whole marching with the guns. Let me give you some praise. You scared a lot of people. You scared a lot of white people. You made a statement that the NFAC got people shaking in their boots. White people shaking in their boots. The last time I checked, things like COVID-19 and the impending economic crash is, I think, what more people are concerned about. And, the insults, and the insults. And who are you talking to? Like when you get on YouTube and you start talking to people, and you how you want to talk, that's your business, but I guess you're not talking to people just trying to know what you're trying to do, or people that you're trying to influence. I guess everybody's just stupid except for you. Okay. One thing I noticed that he was doing was pointing a finger at Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump is the root of all black people's problems. Okay, he's only been in office for like for one term, and I've seen videos where he's and I'm not for Donald Trump. Let me give that disclaimer. I'm not for Donald Trump. I'm not against Donald Trump, but I've seen him let people out of pardon people to get out of prison. I've seen him give out loans and stimulus checks to people, and I'm not for or against Obama, right? But I remember I got an Obama phone, right, when he was in office. But Donald Trump has been giving out checks, right? 10,000, small business checks. So, I don't know what we can say about that. Now, people been saying you're an agent. Agent. They say I'm an agent. Okay. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Why are you addressing it? They do say that hit dogs holler, and I'm not inferring that you're a dog, but that is a statement that people say. Now, as far as marching with the guns, and then I know a lot of people, they see that, oh man, he's marching with guns. They got machine guns. Newsflash. For black people, white people, or anybody that's going to listen to this, you're not scaring anybody. If anything, you're exposing your hand. And while you think you're sitting over there real pretty with a full house, there is a group or groups of people that's sitting back, silent, not saying nothing, with a royal flush, waiting to call your bluff. So just calm down a little bit on that tip. Now, as far as your movement, are we playing checkers or chess? And if we are playing chess, which I hope we are, Um, is running around and marching with guns, is that the best move that black people can make, right? Or are there more issues that can have more of an impact? And if that's all you want to do, that's fine. Okay, I can dig it. More power to you. Keep marching with guns. But if we want to kind of look at this thing more seriously, I think there's other more important issues to be addressed in the black community. But if you want to say that I'm one of those people that I'm sitting around doing nothing, well, I am doing some things right now which I'm not at liberty to expose because I'm in the process of completing those things. But one issue that's of importance is looking at things, and specifically to nation building, is looking at things from an economic standpoint. Okay, now there's been other successful communities in the United States that have dealt with which you might want to call racial injustice, and they came out pretty good, right? And one of the things that they practice is like group economics. For example, they say, and this is just I'm just going to give you a broad number. This is not right. Check my numbers and you can get a specific right, but you can get my point from what I'm trying to say. Is that in the Jewish community, for example, before one of their dollars leaves their community, it's circulated around 6 or 7 times, maybe more than that, maybe 10 times, and then it leaves the community. Well, in the black community, they say a dollar. Well, take a guess. How many times you think it's circulated in the community before it leaves? You guessed it. It doesn't circulate one time, right? They're taking it and they're going to buy this, they're going to buy that, or they're going to buy this and that. And you know what I'm talking about? And it doesn't stay in the community, and that's a big issue that will make a way bigger difference than walking down the street with guns. This is another thing that now this is just if you really, people's concern with nation building is babies, right? In the black community, we have one of the highest abortion rates, and it's crazy that I feel kind of scared to talk about that, like this as taboo, right? But this is a real issue. If we talking about guns and blood, this is blood. These are lives, right? That in the black community is something that needs to be addressed. We have one of the biggest abortion rates, okay? Single parent households. Single parent households. Okay? If you're talking about nation building, we got to have families. We're gonna leave that alone for now, because I want to try to get all this over with. So let's see. The last thing I want to get at, and I'm gonna get out of here because I've been going on a little bit long, is that this anti-white rhetoric. No, nope. I can't go for it. You're not in the city of Louisville. Personally, we not gonna go for that. We not gonna stand for that anti-white rhetoric. I'm not saying that all white people's good, and we know that all white people is not bad. Same thing with black people. Same thing with Mexicans. Same thing with Asian people. You're not gonna. That's not gonna slide here. Okay. If you want to go back in time to Harriet Tubman days. If it wasn't for white people, an Underground Railroad wouldn't exist. Okay, so all white people is not bad. And while you sitting up talking about all this rhetoric, you deal with them on a daily basis, right? There's no way that you could have got permits to come to Louisville. You when you're talking to mayors and stuff, okay, you know that all white people's not bad. So you talking all this white man stuff. Come on, man. That's bull crap. And the last thing is you know, you got your group, you got your organization, and I tried to reach out to some of you guys, and I was pushed back. I'm not mad. It is what it is. But you say that you said in the video that you don't want no donations. All you wanted was loyalty and blood. Personally, loyalty and blood is worth more than money. It's more valuable. All right, but you don't want to basically come straight out and let people know what's going on, and you want to be disrespectful and talk smack. I don't think that's cool, man. But you know, keep going on doing what you're doing. You know, I give you respect. Excuse me, and I'm in this video.